Having big goals is appealing and the way many people measure their success or progress in life. But the only way to really progress is by going within. Tune in for clarity on why that is and how you can begin to uplevel your success today. First, let's talk about your big goals. We normally create goals to change or create a new circumstance in our life. And those new circumstances create a particular emotion, which is what we really crave. It may be love, peace and security, or more happiness from a shared experience with loved ones. Ultimately, all goals are meant to be a conduit to happier emotions. But those emotions we crave are already within us. External circumstances can't create it. And if you've ever accomplished one of those big goals before, you probably noticed a letdown afterwards because there was a momentary joy or excitement in the accomplishment, but then you went back to your normal emotional state. Nothing really changed. It never does until we learn how to go within to manage our thoughts. And your thoughts are something you can learn to control, but it takes some practice. And your thoughts are what trigger various emotional responses at a subconscious level. So you can't control your emotions, but learning to manage your thoughts so that you can experience more of those pleasant emotions more often is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Most people don't even attempt to manage their thoughts because they think it's beyond their control or something that takes decades of a meditation practice to learn. But these are both false assumptions. Everyone can learn to manage their thoughts. And the speed with which you're able to develop this skill is in direct proportion to your focus and the effort that you put into developing it. Skills aren't easy to develop, and most people give up too early because they find it hard. We tend to shy away from hard things because the time that we have to spend not doing that thing well reminds us of our own imperfections. And that's something most of us can't face and avoid at all costs. So to start, let's talk about how you can develop a mindset that you're going to need in order to develop a skill that won't come easily for you. And without knowing you, I know this to be true because everyone in our modern society has become accustomed to wanting to excel at everything they do. And of course, when you first start something, you won't be able to excel at it. And accepting this as a fact is the first step to preparing yourself to tackle the most important skill you'll ever lean into. Next, I want to invite you to check in on your self-love quotient. The vast majority of the population doesn't love themselves enough. And this leads to an inability to be able to reflect honestly on their need to grow areas. Now, self-love is a big topic, so we'll link a free resource to help you develop it in the comments, as well as a video expanding on the benefits of self-love after this one. When you love yourself unconditionally, you're able to assess your weaknesses honestly without being negatively affected by your own self-criticism. You won't just understand the concept, but you'll know in your heart that you aren't meant to be perfect, and there will always be room to uplevel your skills. And when you realize this, you'll be ready to embrace the challenge of mastering the skill of managing your thoughts, and you'll practice with patience and diligence. The best way to improve your ability to manage your thoughts is by checking in with yourself and your current emotional state often. When you notice yourself feeling a less than pleasant emotion, such as aggravation or stress, just take a moment to check in on where your thoughts are. Because whatever you were just thinking is what created that unpleasant emotion. And by simply checking in on where your emotions and thoughts are, you'll develop your awareness and be able to manage your thoughts more easily. So to begin with, Just work on building your awareness. Set some alerts on your phone or written reminders where you'll see them to help you remember. Because if it's something you're not used to doing, you'll forget unless you take precautions to remind yourself. And once you've implemented this exercise for a few days, you may already feel happier and calmer because you're automatically moving your attention when you catch yourself thinking unhelpful thoughts that are creating an unpleasant emotional reaction. And after a few days of building your awareness, you'll be ready to move on to step 2. Now, when you notice an unpleasant thought, intentionally move your thoughts to something happier in order to create a more pleasant emotional reaction. This works every time. Again, it's going to take some practice, but after you experience success and a shift in your emotional state, you'll be encouraged to practice more often, because who doesn't want more happiness in their life? Be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the next video to learn more.